Welcome back to the Could Try Harder channel. So today's video, you're going to see some rust repair. You're going to see the underside of the car because I need to refurbish the rear beam and replace the anti-roll bar bushers. These are things which will make the car fail an MOT, and so there's work that needs to be done before that magical MOT. I know I promised you in the last episode that next one would be the MOT. As always with these projects, you find some more stuff that needs doing, and so we want to give ourselves the best chance of an MOT pass when we actually get there. So sit back, relax, and grab yourself a beverage, and I'll see you soon. This is a favourite place for Mk1 Golf Cabriolets to rust. The point at which the roof meets the bodywork, water gets behind, they bubble up. Somebody had already had an attempt at fixing this. I say fixing, what they've done is they've rubbed it back and filled the holes full of filler, which, as we all know, doesn't fix rust at all. It just makes it rust further, and so it would bubble back up. And once I got rid of the filler, I could see that it looked like it had been shot with a shotgun. It looked like a tea bag. It looked like a colander. Yeah, so we need to cut that section of bad rust out. You can see I've done that here. And I'm making a nice little repair panel out of some flat steel to go in. It will, of course, require filler after the fact to get it nice and straight again. But that's a job for the bodyman and the painter. And that's not me. Alright, pretty happy with that. Okay, so as you can see here, I will point to it, there is rather more rust in this bracket than expected. I would imagine if this side is like that, the other side is probably like that also. So it's all going to have to come off and get fitted back on. So, question for me now is whether I take the whole anti-roll bar off and take the opportunity to clean it up. Well, that didn't take much, did it? Oh my goodness, how rotten is this? Okay. Alright, so I've redone the anti-roll bar bush brackets. I've got some new bolts. They might be a bit long actually, I need to check that. There's anti-roll bar I've got to put on, which I think goes over this way. So let's get it started the right way. Okay, line the first one up. Oh, we are almost there. You! There could be some swearing here, people. Okay, so if you're sensitive, maybe look away now. Right, okay. Oh man, this just doesn't want to go. Okay, you're on, you're on, you're on. Now you've got to be close enough, surely. Almost. So what was happening there was that I got the handbrake cable inside the anti-roll bar bush clamp. Now, obviously there's no way it's going to go together with that. And so that's why, I think that's why the thing was sticking. So what we're going to do, I'll put some grease on there. Obviously I've repositioned the clamp so that its handbrake cable is now outside. We'll give it another go. I think the mole grip approach, the vice grips, if you're in the States, the vice grip approach is working. So nice and open initially, and then clamp it down bit by bit by bit by bit until it's just about big enough to get this thing on, and then we tap it on. Let's see how that goes. We hit it on, and hopefully that should be as good. So. Good enough. Alright, ladies and gents, that's one done. Oh, this is seconds of endless on this. Right, how we doing? We are almost there. I reckon one more under there and we'll be good. It's not just good, it's good enough. And leave the light, sorry. Alright, so that's both anti-roll bar bushes fitted. The anti-roll bar is back on, it's bolted up. What's next? I'll show you what's next right now. We have two small holes in the inner arches there that need welding up. So next job for me is to cut that out, make some repair patches and weld them in. Just a quick note on what's going on here. I'm going to be using this flattened copper pipe as a backing for welding onto. Essentially, the holes that are in there are not big enough. It's not big enough to cut out and weld a small patch in, and so if you try and bridge this where there's rust at the edge, essentially you'll just burn away. So what I've done is I've ground all the rust that I can away. Then I've got this copper piece behind to provide backing and to stop you from essentially just burning away the thinner metal, right? So it allows you to bridge a hole much easier. That's all that was needed on this front section. Nope, move it across a bit. There we go. Okay, so that's it for this video. We've got quite a lot done here, so a bit of rust repair and obviously the restoration of the rear beam, new anti-roll bar bushes, and everything's looking much better under the rear end. So that just remains for me to say thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. And speaking of the next video, we're going to be fitting some new rear suspension. Look at this beautiful damper I took off the passenger side. So that's all for the next video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.